before the COP21, which will take place in Paris, the environmental problems are in everyone's mind more than ever. So we would like to sensibilize people about those problems through this video.
Our energy resources are decreasing as the worldwide population keeps growing. International demand of energy will increase by 45% by 2030. We have to anticipate the depletion of fossil resources. Our way of consuming energy has been and keeps destroying our planet. Indeed, fossil energies are responsible of global warming. The human activity is today overloading our atmosphere with carbon emissions, which slowly drive up our planet's temperature and create significant impact on our environment and, of course, our health. There are better ways of consuming energy without impacting our planet.
Obvious benefits of solar panels are that they cause much less CO2 emissions in terms of in comparison with coal, with oil, and basically any fossil fuels. They're about 4 times cleaner than nuclear. They're maybe 100 times, in certain cases, up to 100 times cleaner than coal, burning coal for electricity. So it's an incredible difference in terms of CO2. And that's calculating the life cycle of producing them, mining the products to make the solar panels, manufacturing the solar panels, distributing them, installing them, using them, and then disposing of them. That's the whole life cycle. That life cycle imprint is much lower with solar than with basically all other technologies. Perhaps wind is a little bit better even in terms of CO2. Solar is, of course, infinite supply. We would only need to use a very, very tiny percentage of the world's surface in order to provide enough energy for all of man's uses. So solar is definitely an energy of the future. We might discover other things, but for the time being, it looks like one of the most important energy possibilities for the future. Also,
in fact, solar power hasn't been properly introduced to our lifestyle yet. It is a shame because it represents a renewable source of energy on an infinite level. The solutions brought thanks to this kind of energy are tremendous. It's time to wake up. First of all, this problem of global warming and general pollution exists today mainly because the worldwide population is not involved enough with the changes needed. Nowadays, renewable energies represent less than 1% of the worldwide consumption. And this is because people have been using the available energies, which are gas, oil, nuclear, and coal. The problem with those kind of energies we are actually using is that first, they are depleting, and second, they are polluting. Secondly, the problem with clean energies, like solar panels, is that they are still very difficult to install and maintain. Moreover, they are expensive, so they are not accessible for most of the population. We must change mentalities in order to prepare a safer and cleaner planet for the next generations.
So why are people not adopting solar if it's such a great opportunity? The reason is, I think if you look at different countries, how they're approaching this, you'll find that some countries are taking off very quickly. People are going for it. People are buying solar. They're installing it on their houses. Look at Germany. Look at the United States. Then you look at France. It's all a question of incentives. It depends on what incentives you can provide people to get them to go for solar.
Some requirements are to produce solar panels that can move in order to follow the sun direction, so to cap as much as possible sunlight. The development of those technologies will decrease the cost of production, so reduce the selling. Conclude, we need to find a way to produce solar panels without nocive substances and that could be recyclable.
We need to have the cost of energy reflected in the cost that people pay for that electricity. So if it's clean electricity, people should be able to pay cheaper for it. If people want to install clean electricity, they should be able to do it with a huge government subsidy. I think France should be looking at how they can get into the solar market, not leave all industry to Southeast Asia and Asia and India, but also try to recapture some of this new emerging technology. Try to build it here in France, because we have all the materials we need for doing solar. We have the ingenuity, we have the scientific knowledge here. Why can't we be a leader in solar panels? Germany is making some of the best solar panels in the world. I think France should also be among the top makers of solar panels.